guys, it's Vijaya back at you with another video, and today we are going to be making one of my mom's recipes. I know how much you guys love my mom. I feel like I need to bring her on the channel very soon. I know a lot of you guys out there are like, yeah, do it. So maybe we're going to do a mom recipe soon, but for now it is me flying solo, and she's been kind enough to share with me her recipe for Jeera Aloo. Now Jeera Aloo is a stewed potato curry. It goes amazingly well with pooris. If you want the recipe for pooris, it's like a deep fried flatbread. Go search through my channel, it is there. I have an incredible recipe that puffs up every single time. And this curry is amazing because it's tomatoes, it's potatoes, it's peas, and they're all stewed together with a bunch of spices, and it's really, really simple to make. But before we make this Jeera Aloo, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram. That's where you can stay in touch with me and get to know me a little better. And of course, if you're looking for the full recipe, just click that info box down below and everything you need is there. Let's make a potato curry together. All right, so there's only one thing that you guys need to chop up for this entire recipe, and that is a tomato, actually 2 tomatoes, which makes it 2 things, but 1 type of thing, if that makes any sense. And we're gonna chop this up nice and fine. All right, so you wanna choose tomatoes that are nice and ripe and juicy because you want them to break down quickly as they cook up. And to facilitate that even further, I like to chop them up nice and fine, just like that. And a sharp knife obviously helps with that a ton. And this is what my tomatoes look like when they're chopped up. In addition to my chopped tomatoes, I also have a couple of large potatoes that I boiled with their skins on. Once they were fork tender and tender right through the middle, you want to test that with a little knife, a paring knife. I just peeled them, and this is what they look like when they're done. And now we're ready to hit the stove. So I have a big pot here, and I've added a little bit of ghee. It's melted down and it's nice and warm. And to that, I'm gonna add some cumin seeds, and we're gonna toast these off for about 10 to 15 seconds. They're gonna crackle and release all their flavor into the ghee. Now we're gonna go in with a few ground spices. So I have some Asafoetida, which is also known as hing. It's an important Indian spice, some turmeric for a gorgeous golden hue, as well a little bit of chili for heat. And again, we're gonna stir this around. It's gonna perfume the ghee, and look at that color already, sensational. And this takes only about 10 to 15 seconds. Now I'm gonna add in my tomatoes. Ooh, hear that sizzle? I'm gonna crank the heat up to about medium. We're gonna coat them in this spiced ghee and cook them out until they're nice and jammy and soft. All right, so my tomatoes have cooked down nicely. They're nice and jammy, and there are a few chunks here and there, which is okay for me because that adds texture. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of water. And we're gonna season this mixture up with some salt. I'm just gonna take my boiled potato and start to break it up and crumble it in to this pot with my hands. And the reason I do this instead of chopping it up is because you're gonna get nice creamy bits, nice chunky bits, and it's just gonna make the texture of the Jeera Aloo all that more interesting. So in with the first, and then in with the second. Perfect. And now we're gonna cook this mixture until it thickens slightly, so the potato is gonna give up a little bit of its starch and just make this entire curry come together. So we have some beautiful green peas here, and to tell you the truth, they are frozen. I just ran them under a little bit of cold water to bring them back to life. I'm gonna add this into the curry, and they're only gonna take about 20 seconds to heat through. And in they go. So pretty. I love the green against that beautiful orange hue. And we're just gonna stir, and look at that, how gorgeous. In about 30 seconds from now, these peas are gonna be perfect. And I want you guys to take a look at the texture. So we have bits of potato that are chunky. The broth that's sort of accumulated around it is now thickened from the starch of the potato. So, so beautiful. And the last thing to do is to garnish. So I'm just gonna turn the heat off. And a nice little sprinkling of fresh chopped coriander over the top. And that's it, you guys. An amazing Jeera Aloo ready in 15 minutes and perfectly paired with some hot pooris. All right, it's time for the taste. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything on my spoon. I hope this isn't too hot. It is just perfect. I love my mom's recipes because they're so simple, and recreating this just like takes me back to my childhood. It is nice and creamy and delicate. You have that little pop of acidity from the tomatoes, but the richness of the ghee really comes through. And I love the simplicity of the spices in this one. It's just cumin seed, which gives you a little bit of crunch, and those 3 spices, the heat from the chili, that golden turmeric, and the Asafoetida that gives you a little bit of an oniony vibe. This is one of my favorite vegetarian curries. So, so good. And get ready to scoop it up with some hot pooris. Again, that recipe is on my channel. Jeera Aloo, it's a winner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give me a big ol' thumbs up. You know how that makes me feel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe for more videos. And as always, if you have a question, comment, concern, leave it in the comments box down below. Until my next video, I will see you all later. Bye.